The 1956 Olympic flame hoax was a hoax during the 1956 Summer Olympics, in which Barry Larkin, a veterinary student from Melbourne, pretended to be running with the Olympic flame. Larkin and 8 other students at St. John's College, University of Sydney planned to protest against the Olympic flame torch relay. One reason for the protest was that the torch relay was invented by the Nazis at the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin, Germany. Their plan was for one student, dressed in white shorts and a white top, to carry a fake torch. The fake torch was made of a wooden chair leg painted silver, on top of which was a plum pudding can. A pair of underpants, worn by one of the students in national service, was put inside the can, soaked in kerosene. The underpants were set on fire. Another student dressed as a motorcycle outrider by wearing a Reserve Air Force uniform. The torch was scheduled to enter Sydney, carried by Harry Dillon. Dillon would present the torch to the Mayor of Sydney, Pat Hills, at Sydney Town Hall. Hills would then make a speech and pass the torch to Bert Button. Before Dillon arrived, the 2 students went out carrying the fake torch. At the beginning, people noticed they were joking and even the police laughed at them. Then the underpants fell out of the torch because the fake runner was swinging his arms too hard. The runner panicked and fled. Peter Gralton, one of the 9 students, went to get the pants and told Larkin to pick up the torch. With Larkin holding the torch, Gralton kicked Larkin's backside and told him to run. Larkin did so, running the rest of the way to Sydney Town Hall. He ran the rest of the route, protected by police who thought he was Dillon. Larkin then presented the torch to Hills. As Hills was unprepared, he did not look at the torch and went straight to his speech. While Hills was talking, Larkin walked quietly away, avoiding attention. Hills was not told the torch was a fake until someone whispered in his ear to tell him. Hills looked around for Larkin, but by now Larkin had merged into the crowd and escaped. When the crowd discovered the torch was fake, they grew unruly. When Dillon arrived with the real torch, the crowd was still unsettled. Hills had to calm down the crowd and the police had to clear a path to allow Dillon to get through. When Button took the torch, an army truck had to clear his path. When Larkin returned to university, he was congratulated by the director of the college and was given a standing ovation by fellow students when he attended an exam later that morning. He was able to perpetrate the hoax partly because he was acquainted with Mark Marsden, the organizer of the real relay. Larkin went on to become a successful veterinary surgeon. The fake torch was taken to the reception of the main hall and then ended up in the possession of John Lawler, who had been traveling with the relay in a car. He kept it until it was accidentally lost when tidying his house. During the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney, the media reported the story of Larkin's hoax. As a result, police took measures to prevent any repetition of the hoax, including having security guards line the route. There were 2 attempts to disrupt the relay. 2 people attempted to steal the torch, and 1 man tried to put out the torch using a fire extinguisher, but none succeeded. == References ==